I know men like Ray J. Men who say, yo, let's work together, man. Let's just sign.
That's what it was giving.
Bro, and they have no plan. He's like, yeah, it's a business. Just, sign me, multimedia thing with AI technology. I'm like, what the are you even saying? Even Nicki was like, what are you saying?
Right.
She said, sing for me. He said, I don't do that no more. He said,
it's not that type of talent. I don't want that type of sign. I was like,
bro.
Okay.
And she like, what?
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jesse Strange.
And today we are back at it again with another motherfucking video.
We're finally back, baby.
I know, we are finally back. It feels like forever.
It has.
I know people are like, where the fuck were they at? Where have they been? We've just been not here.
Busy.
For those that saw our story on the Instagram, this is your time to follow us on Instagram. If you're not following us, it's the Petty Headquarters. For those that saw our story, you would have seen that we were in Miami.
Yes.
And we were interviewing Smiley from Baddies East.
Yeah.
Right. So that was a big project that we were working on, which is why we didn't post or record nothing. But we are recording today.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about this whole Ray J, P. Diddy weird bullshit going on.
Mm-hmm.
But just to let you guys know today, honestly, we're just spitballing. Shout out to the Just Spitballing podcast, by the way. That's an anime podcast I used to be a part of. They're mad dope. But yeah, we're just going to be spitballing today because, girl, we don't got no time for no deep dive.
For sure. We're
just going to be chatting.
We're going to be chatting about the Ray J thing. And if you stick to the end, we're actually going to recap our experience in Miami with Smiley, which is going to be exciting within itself. But before we continue, I'd just like to say welcome to the Petty Headquarters.
Yes.
Welcome to all the new people on the block or whatever.
Yes. If you guys are new, we are a pop culture podcast. We mostly talk about celebrity drama, gossip, and Zeus Network reality TV. So yes, with that being said, let's get ready for your weekly dose of bass, bitch.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do it.
So how do you feel? How does it feel to be back in the studio? I know it's been
It feels amazing. It feels amazing to be back in my motherfucking studio.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I feel so comfortable. I know where everything is. I know what I'm doing. I know my own programs. I don't have to depend on anybody. I am in control of the set.
Yes.
So yes, I feel fucking amazing to be back here in my comfort zone, honestly.
For sure. Yeah, it feels really good to be back. Feels good to hear our own voice.
Right.
Yeah, it just feels good. So I'm excited to get into this.
Yeah.
So while we were gone, there was some information. Something went on Hollywood Unlocked where Ray J, was at a party. And leaving that party, he had gotten into an argument with the three Combs brothers, Justin, Christian, and Quincy.
Right.
And they were getting into basically like they were bucking up on each other. The chests were bucking up.
Yeah, like they almost got into like a fight. And then Chris Brown had to come out and like break it up and like basically just diffuse the situation.
Right.
But then I guess it didn't end up escalating any further because of that. And then Ray J was the bigger man and walked away.
Right.
So.
But then Whack 100 got involved and was like, Ray J's not someone to take this lightly.
Yeah.
All this stuff. And we're going to talk about it now, guys. Keep in mind, this isn't a deep dive.
It's not.
Receipts. I have receipts, but Tiana's been busy editing that Smiley podcast.
Yeah. Just a lot going on
in our lives. There's a few things going on that make it really hard for us to be here and give the deep dive. So we're just gonna talk, and if we miss something, give us some grace.
Yeah, for sure. And if you have any additional information, comment down below like you guys always do. I mean, I'm always reading and I like to hear new information, new updates.
No, for sure. And also I do, and I've been wanting to do a deep dive on Ray J
for a minute.
for quite some time.
A hot minute.
I've been talking to Tiana about this for a long time.
Time.
He's been on my radar. I've been looking at him sideways for a long time.
Yeah.
So I am I'm curious to know if you guys would like to see that as well. I did do a little bit of research. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So for those of you who don't know, Ray J, he was born on January 17, 1981 in Macomb, Mississippi, and raised in Carson, California.
In the South. Okay.
He is He is the brother of Brandy. He's been in the industry for quite some time.
Moesha.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 1997, he had his first debut album, Let It Go, peaking in the top 40. Then in 2002, he had his second top 40 single, which was called Wait a Minute. In 2005, his song One Wish peaked at number 11, which is where that's where I got to know who Ray J was. I mean,
was ugly.
I didn't know who he was prior to that.
Yeah.
2007, that's when his sex tape with Kim Kardashian came out, which was recorded in 2003, by the way.
Can we really talk about how Ray J really was going viral before the term viral even became a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
which I want to talk about because we'll see. Right. Let me just give all the list first. All right? So that sex tape came out conveniently right before his fourth album, which was called All I Feel. And on that album, Sexy Can I, the song Sexy Can I, are you giving that? Oh, there you go. There he goes. No demonetization here. Sexy Can I came out, peaked at number 3 in the top 100, Billboard Top 100. Then in 2009, VH1 gave him his reality TV show called For the Love of Ray J. 2010, VH1 premiered the show Brandy and Ray J, A Family Business, which was like a reality TV show that was with him and his entire family, including his parents. So then in 2012, Ray J is the last person to see Whitney Houston. All right. So, but anyways, that was that's a little bit of brief of who Ray J is. You know, always been in the industry, and so I guess kind of having a little bit of that background. I always thought, like, when I was doing my research, it is kind of interesting how he's been doing reality TV for a long time. He's been in the industry for a long time. He's been going viral
for a long time.
And I think he kind of knew what it was before we knew what it was, before Lemmy knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's been long speculated, and you know, Ray J's been side-eyed for quite some time when it comes to Whitney Houston, because him and Whitney were, when she was alive, they were together a lot, which
wasn't he like selling her the drugs?
Well, yeah, which led to speculation of them dating. They've always denied that, but there were people who were close to Whitney that said that they were doing drugs together. Right. And that she was very, she was addicted. She was a bad addict. And he was feeding it to her, basically.
I mean, if they were doing it together, that's obviously like a bad influence that you have around you.
For
they're
sure.
Just doing shit.
Yeah, there's like interviews out there of Ray J of Whitney Houston's friends talking about how he was basically enabling her behavior and wanted to be her friend only because of the clout, which wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's in character.
Right. Look at what he did with Kim.
Right.
He agreed, which I
and then had the audacity when she got married to that guy. I forgot his name, but it was this white guy. And he had the audacity to come out with a song talking about I hit it first. Right after that. I was like, you're so corny. I hit it, man. I hit it, man.
I never knew about that song. I don't know.
You never heard it?
No.
Should we play it?
No. No.
Yeah, you're right. We can't play it.
We can't play it.
He said, nah.
We tried that with the Kalani video and had some bullshit. So we'll just rely on your singing from now on.
I hit it, man.
Yeah.
I hit it, man.
There you go. That's what it sounds like. There's actually footage of the night of her passing of him, paparazzi catching Ray J run out of the back of the hotel that she was in, and it's like it's out there. I don't have the video. I mean, I could find it. You guys can find it too. But literally, he's covering his face as the paparazzi is watching him, come out that building. He wasn't want nobody to see him or whatever.
Right,
And it kind of is weird that he's the last person to see her. And even, which we'll get to, but he went on a rant recently when he was fighting with Lemmy about how he's gonna basically, I guess he was going through some mental breakdown or whatever, but he was saying basically, he mentioned Whitney Houston and like all this other stuff. And I don't know. I feel like maybe what he was going through, which I'll read the receipts or whatever, but maybe he's scared. But we'll get to that. Even Jaguar Wright had came out and accused him of knowing what had happened with Whitney Houston, accused him of being a big part of that.
Yeah. I feel like it's crazy because a lot of people called Jaguar crazy, right? When she was saying all this stuff. But now that like everything is coming to pass now, people are realizing that, oh, so she really just be knowing shit.
Yeah.
Like she really just knows. And, a lot of people are saying that, the industry owes her an apology because they outcasted her, they demonized her for so long. And now look, like, this is really... 2024 is really the year of the truth.
Crazy. Yep. Just a few weeks before Diddy's arrest, a video online surfaced of a fight between Lemmy and Ray J, which popped up after the Glorilla BET Awards after party. That's where you see them fight with Zeus Network or whatever. And that leads us to all the information that I have today. Now, the Combs brothers, they didn't like what Ray J had to say about their father. Now, Ray J, I believe, was pretty involved and has been friends with P. Diddy, Jay-Z for quite some time. So I guess maybe they must have taken it personal, what he was saying. And if you guys don't know, Ray J has his own reality TV network
called Tronics.
And he has his own show. I don't know if that show is on Tronics or whatever, but he was talking about the Diddy situation. So I'm going to play a little bit here.
Are there really tapes? Are a lot of people being implemented into this crazy criminal investigation that's going on right now? How many people are in it? How many celebrities are involved in what they're saying? Or it was important for me to come online, to do interviews where it not just shows you that I'm here to help and I'm here to be a voice of reason to try to find a solution for the future young entrepreneurs. It's also saying, listen, Diddy was my friend, not was. What do you do? What do you do when you've never been in the room? What do you do when you've never seen all this shit that people are talking about? Do you believe it? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. So should I fall back and wait? Should I be a voice of reason now? Should we create roadmaps so new young entrepreneurs don't go through things like this because you might catch it before it happens? Are there enough mentorship programs for people to follow? Are there other leaders who have an outstanding track record, who can help create a new blueprint so when some of these young entrepreneurs and people who are making money, who have influence, are falling by the wayside and have not jumped over the edge yet? Can you save them? Can you save us? Can you save people who are making a lot of money, who have power, who have not been raised under a certain household that shows them how to respect and love and have moral integrity? Is Diddy all there is? Is this what represents hip-hop? This is what represents hip-hop in its entirety. That's not true. So what do we do now? If you look on my Instagram, if you look on all of my social media platforms, I created a roadmap that I felt could help. And I've implemented a lot of things that we can do as a society in unity to try to stop this from happening for our future industry. Do you forgive somebody for taking somebody's ass? There's a lot of people out here taking from people. Not only like people are getting robbed of not only their money and their spirituality, they're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood. asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. Do you chuckle? Do you laugh? Do you help? Do you criticize? Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Everybody got a joke about having baby oil and lube. Is that okay? Is that the message? Ha 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 ha. That was funny, fam. Now what? I don't use baby oil. Lube sometimes in sex makes it better. Should I come out with Ray Y jelly and do some kind of like skit and say, KY just gave me a deal. Ray Y jelly, I got 1,000 of them. Ha 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 ha. Ray Y. That funny to you? It's not to me. Because there's a victim out there that has been caught up in something that has affected their lives. And if it has something to do with that, or it has something to do with any other products or any other thing you're hearing about, it's distasteful. What do we do? Who do we talk to?
Wow, that was wild. First of all, Ray Y jelly, nigga, don't get me tight. Like, what is that? Yeah, honestly, okay, when watching that video, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it resurface, not resurface, when I first saw it surface on the internet, I was cracking the fuck up. Because I was like, who does this nigga think he is? Barack Obama? Like, what is this, like, SNL type skit? Like, it felt like he was being serious, but then he was trolling at the same time. I didn't know what to think. I was like, are you really being considerate of the people in this situation? Or are you trolling? Because I can't tell. I can't tell if this is, like, sarcasm and trolling, or like you really are being serious and that's the way you're serious and people just take it as a joke. I didn't know which one it was.
Yeah, I mean, asses being taken is crazy. Like, I just think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You're taking somebody's ass? Stop.
If he was trying to be serious, if he was really trying to,
like, he wouldn't do this whole green screen and a whole suit and a whole fucking... To making be honest, it seem like you're on the news, like Ray J News. Like, what is that?
I have a feeling that Ray J only did that to go viral. And that's consistent with a lot of the things that he does in anything, right? He was friends with Whitney Houston because he wanted her clout.
Right.
When I saw him on the No Jumper podcast recently with Sydney Starr.
Oh, my God. That was so weird.
Carlton. Was it Carlton? His name is Carlton from fucking...
I don't know what his name is.
Fresh Prince or He was Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. That's
yeah, that's right.
Dating Sydney Starr. And Ray J popped up in this interview. You can go watch it. It'll kill your brain cells, but just watch the first 15 to 30 minutes. And all you see him do is talk about how this is going to go viral.
Yeah.
He was all up on his phone. It was fucking weird. And all he cared about was like the virality of things. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Now, going back to this video that he posted on his show that I think that the boys didn't like was that he's using the Diddy situation to kind of garner attention, gain that clout, that momentum, but while also trying to be kind of funny, but also not say anything, because I feel like Ray J has a lot of skeletons in his closet.
For sure.
He does a lot of funny things. He does a lot of shady business, which is probably why Brandy doesn't fuck with him. She doesn't think that he's brand safe. She doesn't really like to associate with him. He's mentioned that in interviews before. And I feel like there's a reason for that. You know, Ray J's been deep in the business for quite some time. Like, so I feel like when he was doing that video, it was just a way to kind of hop on the wave without pissing Diddy off. I low-key feel like Diddy knows something about like Ray J. Like, I don't know, maybe if he did have something to do with Whitney's death, you don't think that Diddy has like a knowledge of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, especially with the fact that so many people kind of cowered when they realized the feds were coming for him, and all of this stuff with raiding his house, with all of that crazy shit happening. You saw so many like A-list celebrities kind of just start backing their shit up
Distancing
and,
themselves.
distancing, but also preparing, so to speak, because of course only they know what's about to come. Us commoners don't know that. So, they are probably preparing with their money, moving their money around, like all this stuff that we hear about, like, oh, all of a sudden you donated this much money. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little fishy. It's a little fishy. So, it's not far-fetched.
Yeah.
Especially seeing how much power Diddy has, still has, right? It's not far-fetched to think that he may know something about Ray J, and Ray J is just testing the waters, but also still trying to be not too risky, but a little risky just to get some clout and virality off of the situation.
Yeah, and I feel like Ray J has just been sketchy. So
he's been sketchy since day one.
There's this video from back in the day when Raz B had talked about his SA allegations with Chris Stokes.
Right.
And I'm talking about when...
And this is with B2K.
Yeah, this is when, he was exposing it. I'm talking about back in the day when there was pixels. You can count the pixels on the fucking thing.
8-bit.
Raz B recorded a phone call of Ray J basically kind of calling him and telling him to retract his statement, which I have here. I'll show it to you.
So Ray, nigga, I got you. Whatever.
I need you to rephrase that shit, Raz. Like, you got niggas that hit me every day, Puffy, everybody, Jay-Z, everybody calling me.
Done, I got you.
Put you in this Chris Stokes shit, man.
I got you.
I need you to, like...
I got you, Ray, and I need you to have me too, because I think
Because it's like, damn, like, you didn't even really have to mention a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really didn't even have to mention a nigga. Yeah, but I'm with Universal now, and they're calling me, like, yo, what's up with this shit, man? And I'm like, they called me yesterday, like, yo, why the fuck are you speaking on Chris Stokes and Raz B? Them niggas asked me, why did Raz B ask Ray J? So what I'm supposed to say, no comment? I'm telling you what I can do for you, you know what I'm saying? ABC, my nigga, I got Sarah Palin, I got Dancing with the Stars, VH1, I got everybody in my corner, nigga. I can take your shit to the next level right now.
So what do you want to do? What kind of partnership you want to talk about?
I just gotta think about it. Now that we talking, I gotta think about how to structure it. I call it Gail and Oprah and them.
That's crazy. Honestly, that phone call is so suspect. Why? It just the comment of ask Ray J already tells me that you know something. It already tells me that in some shape, way, or form, you are involved. And that is already so sketchy and sus, because why are you involved in that? And we hear about Hollywood and these grown-ass disgusting men touching and fondling, little kids. It's disgusting. Like, and to think that you are somehow in, relation to that.
He's the middleman. They just sent him to tell Raz B to shut up.
Right. But then on top of that, it's like he's talking about you got VH1, all these big companies calling him and all these people. It's like, who are you working for, Ray J? Who are you working for?
He mentioned Jay-Z. It's a little blurry, but if you actually go on, we'll put it here. Maybe you can hear it better. But he mentions Diddy, Jay-Z. They calling him.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this isn't even the deep dive, guys.
It gets
deeper. This is why I've been eyeing him for so long, and then now you have Tronics. You know what I mean? There's a reason why. You gotta understand. I have siblings. If I don't fuck with my siblings, it's gotta be deep.
Right.
It's gotta be deep, right? So anyways, there's history of him being involved with sketchy things.
Right.
So again, I feel like I'm putting myself back in these kids' position. You're friends with my father. My father probably helped you cover up. And this is all speculation and allegations.
Yeah,
okay?
This is speculation
this is
for sure, allegedly.
This is me trying to figure out why were they so mad. Because apparently, according to Ray J, this is the third time that they try to buck up on him.
What?
Yeah, this wasn't the first time. This was the third time. he's the bigger person. But I think the thing about Ray J also is that he likes to pretend that he's not doing nothing
and
wrong.
that's what I peeped about him, and I don't like that because he did the same type of move and play when he came for Lemmy, you know, the CEO of Zeus Network. And it's like, you got so much shit to say about this man, but I honestly don't think that you're any better.
Exactly.
But you want to act like you're holier than thou. And I guess that's where the manipulative card comes in, because you're a predator in fucking sheep's clothing. You're literally a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't like that. You like to act like you're innocent and you're not.
So speaking of the Lemmy thing, right? After that fight with Lemmy, he had, I think, a mental breakdown. Something was happening. Yeah. Okay. Something was happening behind the scenes to the point where I remember seeing this. He was posting online and he wrote this on his story. The ish that is happening is mind-blowing. It's making me suicidal and uncomfortable with the perception of reality. They paid me to shut up and I did. I feel bad and I hate myself for it. I don't want any more of your dirty money. These chain of reactions are stemming from being locked in a false reality, confused about this whole life. The ish that happened tonight to me at the awards today was hurtful. I'm working backstage and then I got to take a break in the back and BET wouldn't let me back in the room for some reason. I don't know who they didn't want me to see. It was weird. He goes on and on and on about just, I guess he was having a mental breakdown or whatever. And I feel like, I don't know why. And this was right. This was literally right before Diddy's arrest. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like maybe his skeletons are kind of catching up to him and maybe he's afraid. I mean, if you go and look at how Whitney Houston passed away, they did the autopsies, right? And her death was always suspicious because she didn't have enough drugs in her system to drown in the tub. Okay. Then also there's evidence that she was in the water and still had, like, she was still breathing before she was inside and drowned or some shit like that. I don't know. So it's all weird and, you know, it all could be connected somehow. You know what I mean? I don't know. But then I guess this goes back to the Diddy boys, right? Because maybe their father helped Ray J because they've been in the cahoots this whole time, and then now they feel betrayed because you over here thinking it's funny, talking about asses are being taken, not taking shit seriously, and talking shit about my dad. And then fucking Chris Brown coming to save them.
Yo, that was so random. I was like, what the fuck is Chris Brown doing there? Coming out trying to defuse. Yo, he always in some shit.
But this time he's not fighting. What's the miracle there?
Right. But I'm saying, like, he's always in some type of brawl. This time he was just breaking it up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But honestly, that is not far-fetched. Everything about this, you know, is alleged at the end of the day, but it is very sketchy. And I can see that being a thing where, like, you know, my dad helped you out, right? You got your own skeletons and you're lucky that, you know, nobody's airing that out. And I can see where that comes from. I mean, does it make it okay? No, it doesn't. No. It doesn't at all. But considering the politics in this world and in that industry that they play, and clearly everybody got something on them, it's so deep and it's so ugly and it's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary. And honestly, them boys need to sit the fuck down. They don't know. They don't know. First of all, that's how you know they've never had real life shit to go through, because the fact that you're not taking the feds seriously, the fact that Christian Combs that made a song talking about, you know, about the whole Fed raid and how they raided the wrong house and, you know, kind of just dancing in their face before their father got arrested. The fact that you're not taking this shit seriously and you think you can just go out here and fucking fight when your father's being heavily investigated, when you guys probably were involved in certain things that you didn't even realize because you were groomed and brought up in that environment that was fucked up. And you just acting a fool.
Spoiled brats. That's really what it is. They have everything. They had everything. They know how powerful their father is. They're not stupid, you know, and I'm pretty sure, like, groom or not, they're aware of what's going on now and they were involved in it. Allegedly. I
mean, what's his name? Got
for the sex trafficking.
Yeah, no, the girl, he has a sexual allegation case against him.
I thought, which one? Christian?
Yeah, is that the one that looked like
Yeah, the
his-
one that looked exactly like him.
him? That motherfucker.
They also said he was allegedly involved in helping him with sex
in
trafficking
Atlanta,
as well. I don't remember where it was, but that was set up against him too.
But
so
out of all the brothers, that one right there looked like he's been slow. Like his development has been fucked up. Like he need to grow up a little.
the one that looked just like him.
Yeah, bro. Because he just
He's
really
spoiled.
bro. Like if you look at the videos before the fight, it was a Halloween party. And him in his costume, he over here throwing up signs like he from the streets. He over here looking like it's like he's still caught up in that Diddy lifestyle.
And he comes from money.
And it's so out of touch, bro. You know your dad is really like in the federal courts,
for
right?
real, for real,
It's
for
so
real.
weird. Like, I don't know. Like, wouldn't that be a wake-up call? Like, just to chill out? Maybe stay low-key?
I mean, but that shows the immaturity too.
That's what
where
I'm
it's
saying.
like, you know, you never really grew up and you had daddy's money.
His frontal
and that's
lobe
it.
is like
Not his frontal lobe.
delayed
Oh
in
my
development
God.
for sure.
But that's what it gives off. Even you acting up and fighting in the streets, it's like if you were more mature or realized the situation at hand, you would know that this wouldn't look good in the media right now.
Even for your father.
Exactly, and I need to stay low.
Right.
But you're not doing that.
Because let's be honest, the feds can sit there and narrate it like, see, this is why we need to keep him locked up, because he has his sons over here already acting a fool, and they're arguing that Diddy is a danger to society if he's released because he has people doing his dirty work. A great example, his sons are not helping the situation at all.
Right.
Also, Nicki Minaj had went on live with Ray J to talk about what's been going on, because apparently he's been reaching out to her and has been trying to reach out to her for a bit. And
For what?
I don't know. I guess for an interview. I don't know. We're about to find out because I have a video for you guys to listen to. This is on Instagram Live, and I just really want you guys to just take it all in.
Was you just fighting people in the club?
No, I was being the better person in the club, and I want to always be the better person, and I want to start practicing being an advocate for mentorship programs for entrepreneurs that's making money that's possibly might fall off the deep end. That if they were mentored correctly, and if we can put some seminars together.
Ray J, but I will completely not only click on you before you finish your sentence, but I will block you. Okay.
Okay, so what
When
you
I
want
ask
to
a
know?
question, it's to be answered. This is a court, sir.
You right.
Okay. You came in trying to do. You've been trying to get my attention. Now you got it. Okay.
You got it.
Were you just fighting in the club? Yes or no? I don't want.
No, we didn't have a fight. We had a big argument right outside the club.
And who started it?
This time, I think I got loud and got aggressive, but it was the third time it's happened. And so I felt like I needed to like stand up for myself, even though I was talking shit and we was having a lot of crazy words. I was walking that way to avoid the issue.
What were y'all arguing about yesterday? That would tell me what I need to know.
So what we was arguing about yesterday is that they tried to fight me before in a hotel. They said, Justin said, let's take a fade. I don't like what you're talking about with my pops.
So you saying someone approached you, and this is the third time y'all been having this argument. What was y'all arguing about?
Comments that I was making on my show, on my news
you got a show?
I'm on the news now. I'm a news anchor.
What?
I'm a news anchor. I'm the main voice of the community when it comes to politics and it comes to shit now. I'm on the news.
What were Puppy's children saying to you?
They was just upset about everything, you know, and like they had every right to be. But
what?
Upset about access being taken.
It's almost giving Orlando, sweetheart. And I don't know.
I promise you.
That's like if that's what you were trying to give.
I swear to God, it's not giving Orlando because I just did it.
I know you wouldn't get on here and disrespect yourself.
I promise you, I just did a one-on-one with Orlando.
Even though I love Orlando, but I'm just saying, like, I would hope you're not trying to act like him.
Orlando's on drugs.
Are you?
Absolutely not.
And the fact that you think all of this is funny when there is when there's an issue right now with down low men
because they have
wives and and you know, innocent people who simply want to just know the truth.
Well, I said it. Asses is being taken in ways that can't nobody explain. They being
What?
manipulated. Yeah. And right now they saying people in the church doing it. And like I said on the news, I can't even turn cheek to cheek because if somebody hit me, all I'm thinking about is butt cheeks. Asses are being manipulated without their consent.
And how long were you around for it?
Well,
Present.
of course I wasn't there when it was actually.
You was never there?
No, I wasn't. What I'm saying is I've never been in a room where an ass was being manipulated. But I know for a fact that these things are happening because of all the things that people are going through.
If you knew, you said you weren't there, but you knew, and then you kept being around.
No. What I was saying when I said that asses is being taken had nothing to do with that. Asses is being taken since the 90s.
Do you think that's funny?
That's what I asked them. I
Ask
said, do y'all think this
who?
shit is funny?
Who
The
did
world.
you ask that?
I said the world. I said, when I said, y'all think I'm gonna come out with Ray White jelly? I said, y'all think this shit funny? I don't like baby oil. That's what I told them.
So
And
they
I
tried
said,
to pour baby oil on you?
no, I said that people joking too much about this bad thing that's happening. And then I said, should I come out with
And
Ray
you
White
seem as
jelly?
you're joking about it.
I'm promised. I said,
When there are several people traumatized from what I can, you know, and I don't know anything to be proven true, but I'm just saying, people
yes,
who
we're
are
saying the same thing. Yes.
Okay. After watching that live, I have a few things to say. One thing that I noticed in the beginning is that it seems like, you know, Ray J has been trying to reach out to Nicki Minaj for quite some time, as she said. And she said, now you got my attention. And the first thing he goes to talk about is to basically promo his own mentorship, entrepreneurship program that he has coming out, which I'm just like, all right, this is a red flag. I see why you did this. You wanted to, again, get the virality, which you did, and promo your own program that you got coming out amidst this whole crazy situation, right? Making it look like, yeah, I'm going to be the savior of this industry of, you know, Hollywood taking advantage of people. Come to me because I'll be your savior. Even though you are not the savior, you're probably, you know, wrapped up just as much in it. And you're definitely not the boss in this situation. You're not. You're the one they're telling what to do. And you're just being stupid, silly OU, but that's just that's your facade. You know, that's how you play your fucking game, by pretending to be dumb and stupid when in reality, you're really not. So that's my first take on that. My second take is, why Nicki Minaj talk about down low men when there's like way more important issues at hand right now?
Yeah.
Girl,
I don't know.
That was like so not, I feel like that kind of wasn't the point of the serious situation at hand, because I understood where she was coming from. We're saying that, yeah, these are real people going through these situations, but
pretty much
it's more than just their fucking husbands being down low. People were taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There was like drugs in the
baby
people
oil.
were
drugged against their will. Like a lot of this stuff was not consensual, and the only thing you're thinking about is down low men. Girl, bye.
So I actually wanted to play a little bit more of the live because I feel like it says a lot more. So of who Ray J is. So I'm gonna play it.
I'm saying, what do you want? You've been trying to get my attention for the last couple weeks, right?
The first time was when you said you were signing artists. I hit you and said, well, sign me. I'm independent. And then
Sign
you was
you
on
to
live.
do what? Sign you to do what? That seemed pretty odd, out of nowhere.
Well, I'm independent, so I feel like, and I'm just keeping it real. This on everything. Like if you sign me, I'll be super lit. And that's just that's a fact. But you know, and so I like I always do. I try. That's all I can do is just keep trying. And so tonight I came on and said, Nicki's live.
Do you think all of this is funny?
I promise you, I don't have like I'm not chuckling at all.
You came on my live.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying, you kept on commenting. You had DM'd me a while ago, you know, I want to know what it is that you want to speak to me about. Like,
I want you to sign me.
Okay, sing something.
It's not about that. It's not about singing. It's not about signing as an artist.
The fuck are you talking about, nigga? What?
Well, I can't do the singing, dancing, the oopty doopty no more. I got something bigger in play. I'm saying I got something bigger in play that I want you to sign me on. It's a multimedia play. It's a multimedia play that I wanted you to sign me on. You know, that has something to do with technology, that has something to do with AI.
God will take care of my needs, and anything that I need, I will have it. Okay. So I wish you the best. Thank you for thinking about me to be a business partner of yours, but no, thank you, sir.
It wasn't about being a business partner. You was gonna sign me.
To me, integrity is very important. Who you are as a human being is important to me.
It should be.
Okay. And so I just hope that you are happy with yourself. You know, no judgment, because I am not God. I'm not in the position to tell anybody about it. I just I hope that you can look yourself in the mirror and always be happy with your choices that you've made.
Everybody needs a little help sometimes through the process, but yes, I'm looking at myself now. If I had on a wig, I would want to date myself. That's how happy I am with myself, but I don't.
Are you coming out of the closet?
No. I was just
When? When will you?
I can't.
Huh?
I can't. If there's nothing in the closet, I can't come out with it. But shout out to the agency. I do have a agency.
The what?
The agency. Why does it matter what hole you enjoying? It's not right.
Well, people, it's not about what hole. It's not about what hole.
It is.
It's about who the hole is on. So stop acting dense.
Yeah, that video was definitely interesting. So he's begging something from Nicki Minaj, it seems like. But it seems like he wants to be signed to push his own agenda. But what is it is my question.
Well, so the reason why I wanted to even bring that clip up was because I feel like Nicki just kind of, like, just reading the body language, I feel like she knows something deeper. I feel like she doesn't trust Ray J.
Yeah,
and that's why she was acting like that, saying that. That's why she mentioned the integrity thing.
Yeah,
I feel like she knows, or maybe she's heard some rumors. And then I know men like Ray J. Men who say, yo, let's work together, man. Let's just sign.
That's what it was giving.
Bro, and they have no plan. He's like, yeah, it's a business. Just, sign me, multimedia thing with AI technology. I'm like, what the fuck are you even saying? Even Nicki was like, what are you saying?
Right.
She said, sing for me. He said, I don't do that no more.
He said, it's not that type of talent. I don't want that type of sign. I was like,
bro.
Okay. And she like, what? Yo, when she said, are you coming out the closet? I was weak. This nigga talking about a agency. What are you talking about?
Bro, he gives me leech energy.
Mm-hmm.
He
in that clip for sure
is like, yeah, sign me. I don't know what I want yet, but sign me. The same thing he did with Raz B in that video. And that's why I thought it was interesting, because I'm like, wait a minute. He told Raz B, oh yeah, we'll work on business together. I just gotta think about it. Think about how I'm gonna construct the business, the structure.
Right.
But, I got you. It's a lot of bullshit. It feels like it feels like, again, like you're just one of those people that talk a lot but never execute anything.
You need to leech off of people to get some type of, I guess, revenue. It seems like, and you need to use the internet and the clout and the virality to keep up with, I guess, your lifestyle and, I don't know, your pockets, because it seems like he don't really got nothing going on, which is weird.
He does. It's just a lot of shady business. It's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shady business, which is why he gives that
he does give that energy.
That energy that you don't want to trust him, because it just feels like there's a different agenda than when you're telling me.
Yeah, for sure.
And even the Jaguar Wright thing. So you know how Jaguar Wright went on Piers Morgan and that whole thing. So Ray J went on, and I don't have the receipts for that. But guys, I definitely want to get into a deeper dive on Ray J. So I will willingly and happily go find all these receipts. But Jaguar has been talking about Ray J and his involvement for a little bit, and he tried to get Jaguar to come to his network or his reality news anchor thing to go talk and speak her mind, and she refused to do it. And he tried to gaslight her into and saying something along the lines of, you know, you support those type of people, those type of platforms, but you don't want to come to your own people. I'm trying to give you a platform. Let's work together, Jaguar. Let's work. And I have a feeling that the reason why Jaguar doesn't want to meet up with him is because she knows who he's connected to and she feels like it's a setup.
Yeah.
And I have literally, this is just my opinion, but why wouldn't Jaguar, who has been open to going on other people's platforms to speak her mind,
even
want to go to Ray J?
Smaller people's platforms too.
Exactly. Why wouldn't she want to go to Ray J?
Right.
You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like she's sus. She thinks that it's dangerous to do it. And he's trying to gaslight and use that perception of, oh, Jaguar, you know, you don't want to support black folk, but you want to go on Pierce Morgan, who's not our people's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And try to gaslight it and make it seem like it's one thing when it's not. As if he's little old Mr. Innocent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Jaguar, right. I told you I had an opportunity for you. I told you I had bags for you. I'm trying to hear what you got to say. But you want to keep taking these other niggas' money and not showing love to the community? That's weak as fuck. Hit me right now so I can make sure you get a bag and I can understand what the fuck you talking about so we'll know what's the truth and what's not. That's janky as fuck. You ain't hitting me back, but you hitting all these other motherfuckers back that's from all these other countries. Like you safe over there. You safe with me. Stop acting scary. Jaguar, hit me back right the fuck now whenever you can. With all due respect, and I love you, and I'm sorry for cursing. Help me be a better person. Call me back.
I don't know. I got my little my little radar on Ray J. He's just not giving. I don't trust him. I know guys like him and guys like him.
Look what he did to Kim. Like, that telling is that's already
What he do to
telling.
Kim?
Just releasing the sex tape.
He didn't release it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Her mom did.
Right. He just agreed. He agreed to be a part of that.
Because there's money involved.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that's why I feel like, again, it's already coming off as scumbag energy.
Right. You're willing to do whatever for money.
Whatever. I don't like that. And I'm glad Nicki like highlighted the integrity part because I was just venting about this the other day. How I feel like people just be doing anything for fucking money. Like there's no purpose. There's no integrity. There's no nothing. You're just doing shit. And it's not a good feeling.
Tell them what your doctor said.
My doctor told me to stop stressing and to control only what I can control.
Nah, he also said not everybody wants to make money with integrity.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You still you stay forgetting.
You forget the important shit.
I
Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about your mental peace. Not just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not for real. I forgot the part that clearly could contribute to this conversation.
Thank you.
So yeah. I always forget those parts.
Yeah.
Just like when Dia told me she's rebranding herself.
Right.
I forgot that. Like, how I forget that?
Right. So yeah. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of where we leave off on Ray J.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. I know there's so much more out there,
Way
guys.
more, yeah.
This was just the little bit with little research.
Yeah, we just chatting.
Yeah, we are just chatting.
Really just chatting.
So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about that.
Yeah,
But
definitely comment your thoughts below. Like if you also know any more information about Ray J and just how everything is just so interconnected, comment that below as well. If you have any links that you think we should check out, link it below as well. We'll be more than happy to check it out. I know Jessie, like she said, she has been dying to do a deep dive for a minute now.
I have.
Which we really have been trying, but like we just been so busy. But
yeah.
it's gonna come. It's gonna come for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've been so busy. Like I said, speaking of Ray J, you know, we did the interview with Smiley, which she's working with Tronics, and
Right.
you know, she didn't even want to talk about Ray J and how it's like working with him
versus with Lemmy.
working with Lemmy, because she didn't want to burn her bridges, which you guys will hear.
Right.
So we're gonna just, I guess this leads right into our recap of that.
Yeah.
I do want to say we apologize for the Jocelyn Cabaret recap videos. We did shoot 3 and 4 recap.
We did.
But it's not going to come out, guys. I feel like, you know, with baddies being the main thing, we love Jocelyn, but at the end of the day, you know, we like to do other things other than Zeus Network. And so it would just not give us enough time. You know, we're very small still, and there's just not enough time to do everything. So what we decided to do was we're going to recap the whole season of Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Once it's done. Yes.
Once it's done. And then, we'll give you everything in one full long episode. So thank you for your patience on that.
For sure. Well, there's your answer to that about the Jocelyn's Cabaret recap. So yeah, it was nice while it lasted.
It was. It was.
And we're actually really behind. We haven't even had time to watch the newer episodes, and I'm hearing some crazy shit, so I'm down to watch that.
Yeah.
And also Midwest just dropped today.
So we have a lot to catch up on, girl.
We have a lot to catch up on. It's been crazy. It's been hectic.
Life's been crazy, y'all. So
it really has.
The Smiley interview has been in the works for quite some time.
Months.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
God, all right. Are we ready to recap?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
if you guys
do
are
it.
still here, hit the thumbs up button, you know.
Subscribe, you know, share it with a friend, you know. It all happened so random, which when this episode drops, you'll hear about it from Smiley herself. But randomly, I get a message on my TikTok and I see Smiley. I'm like, the fuck? So she hits me up on my TikTok, basically asking about, you know, certain videos. So at first I'm like a little confused because I'm like, yo, is this a fake bot page? I don't know if this is the real Smiley. So I try to turn it around and like, oh, like, you know, how about an interview instead? And then she was like, oh, I'll do it if you come to Miami. So now we're like, okay, are we really doing this? So like, we're really going back and forth, you know, discussing like, you know,
details,
details and stuff that are important, paperwork bullshit, right? And, you know, eventually I get the phone number. So I'm like, okay.
Now, mind you guys, we have this idea only of the same way you guys see Smiley, we see Smiley, right?
Right.
So we don't know her, so I'm sketched out.
And I'm like, I hope she's not trying to scam us. That's like the first thing in my mind, because mind you, in my head, I'm not even thinking you're the real Smiley.
Right.
So
that was the main thing.
Now it's like, I don't want to waste any of my time, you know?
Long story short, we got everything done. We found the studio out there. We booked our tickets. We got a car. Everything. We had an audio engineer. We thought everything was set. We had our help. We had our cousin come out.
Yeah. My cousin came out. Shout out to you, Shauna Lee.
Yep. Shout out to Shauna. So it just seemed all pretty much like, you know, all the things were set for us to get there.
Like everything was lined in order.
For sure. And we did our due diligence. We thought we did. So I guess we get there and the day of. Let's go to the day of. It's showtime. It was like another work day for us.
For real.
We buy, you know, the food.
Like refreshments, snacks, and water and stuff like that for everybody.
Right. Because at the PHQ, you're taken care of. You got some water, some snacks. You have some donuts and shit for Halloween. Right. We get to the studio, and honestly, the studio is not... We paid a lot of money, okay? We paid a lot of money for an audio engineer, which now we are looking for our own... to bring on our team an audio engineer, because we now have learned that we can't just trust anybody with our stuff.
Right.
So we paid for an audio engineer. The lady did not know anything about the podcast studio. She had the studio.
And like, don't get me wrong, the host was really nice and helpful, but in my opinion, I feel like if you're going to rent out a podcast studio or anything that has to do with photography, video, anything with equipment, you should have knowledge of the equipment. When I ask you, you should know what I'm asking you. You should have knowledge if, like, you know, the blinds can come down. You should have knowledge of everything, because there were certain things that I asked her that she wasn't too entirely sure about. And for me, I didn't like that because I'm spending my fucking money. So, you know, again, nothing personal. It's just about the money and about what... You know, the service.
Right. So like,
we're professional services.
We are not just kids who have money to just throw at a studio that are just gonna talk. We keep things very professional.
Right.
Like, we have a contract, we have refreshments. Like, you're coming into the headquarters. Like, we want to bring the headquarters to Miami. So we wanted to bring the environment and everything that we stand for as a business. So when, we're asking specific questions like only people in production would know.
Right. I'm
She
asking
didn't know.
you questions about, but even the technician who is the audio visual technician that has to do with audio and video. If I am asking you a question about the ISO and all this stuff and the aperture and all this shit, why is your answer to me, I don't know?
Mm-hmm. So once we started to feel the vibes, Tiana started to get annoyed, and we paid for the audio engineer so that we can fully be invested in the show.
I didn't want to have to work because obviously when we're here in our studio that we fucking built from scratch, right? We're constantly just doing shit and I'm constantly making sure everything's good. However, obviously this is where I'm comfortable, so I know. But over there, it's like now I feel like I didn't want to stress out being somewhere else, new territory.
Right, and just different equipment that we don't know. So, that was the point, and Tiana tried to take control, and the lady literally told us to sit down, and step by step, they were going to figure it out. So I looked at Tiana like, all right, let's chill. Maybe we're doing too much. Let's just trust. And that was my mistake because we should have never trusted. The audio guide not only was on his phone and had his phone ringing at some point on TikTok during our show.
Right.
But also there is just a lot of discrepancies in the audio itself that doesn't reflect how we want our quality, our audio to sound.
Exactly.
So, and he didn't say anything
and
about
I asked him 3 times mid-recording, is everything good? Is the sound good? Now, when I'm editing this episode, I hear all types of feedback coming from the mic, and I'm really upset. And it's crazy because when setting up the mics, I told him specifically, I need the mics to be closer to us so it can pick up our voices. You know what this guy said to me? Oh, they want to see the fit. I'm like, you need to hear us. Like, it's not really about the fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting annoyed. I throughout this whole time, I'm getting annoyed because I just didn't like that. I paid for something and no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2, our studio for free sounds better than what I paid for.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna pay for something, it better have better results than how the fuck we sound here. It better be crisp, right? And it just wasn't that, and it really pissed me off.
Yeah, and we even got the location because we thought we were able to see the skyline, but the lady just didn't have control over the lighting.
Nope.
And no props to help control the lighting.
Which is what I thought, because I'm like, okay, if you have some type of studio that's like, okay, production and all that stuff, you would have tools there. You would have, I don't know, curtains or some type of foam board or something, just something for us to control the light more.
Yeah.
Especially if we're bringing our own team. So
we paid for the skyline view, all for it to not even be seen because it was so overexposed and there was no control over the lighting at all. Yeah. Which is really unfortunate because not only did we pay for the location, we paid for the audio technician, and none of it ended up working out. However, we are excited for you to see it because we do ask Smiley some hard questions.
No,
even her son, some hard questions. Tiana's crazy, okay? Tiana is crazy. But it's funny because, I don't know, we get to really... I don't know. I really enjoyed Smiley though. It was a really good experience.
Really good interview. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was definitely like down to earth for sure.
Yeah, we get to know who Smiley is, and when you hear it from us first, you hear it here. She is exactly who she is on TV.
No, she really is. and honestly, we ask her some pressing questions for sure. And like, we keep it a stack. I mean, we definitely keep it a stack. It was refreshing to interview Smiley for sure. To talk with her, she's dope. She's cool, And I feel like we're the first to ever really ask her about her, to really deeply go into her. I feel like everyone, they don't really deeply go into her. They go into her a little bit, and then over time, as it goes on, she talks about herself, but they don't really go into her. They mostly talk about the cloud chasing and her appearance on Botched, her baddies, of course. But we really like go into the shit.
Yeah, we get some good information. We get to know her. I totally forgot that she had beef with Biggie.
Yo, that was so
Totally
funny.
forgot. I forgot certain things on the show while I was there.
For
Give
real.
me some damn grace, okay? It's different when you seen them in person, and then I start to relate to her. So then I'm just like a little
y'all
soft.
had so much in common.
She's just crazier though. She's like really wild.
yeah, hella crazy for sure. But
She-
that's like a friend that you would have that would bring you into crazy situations.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
In my past life.
in your past, in your past life, I guess.
Not
yeah.
no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good, and we're really excited for you guys to hear. So please, tune in when it drops. We put a lot of time and effort into coordinating and making it a thing. It's crazy because you'll hear the story there. I mean, we'll just save it, but we've been speaking about our first guest for so long.
Yeah.
And we were always like, it was a thing for us. Like, who's gonna be our first in-person guest?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was always so important for us.
Yeah, I remember we were at the French workshop. We were at the bakery talking about this shit. We were like, yo, Smiley. And this was like a minute ago.
During
This was
Baddies
months
East.
ago.
This was during Baddies East.
No, it wasn't.
What? That she even hit us up.
This was way before she hit us up, but
Yeah.
it wasn't during Baddies East. It was during
A little after.
before the Caribbean drop.
Yeah.
So it was
for
in between that time. So I think it's just crazy that it came back full circle, and then like
Yeah.
she hit me up on TikTok. I was like, the fuck? Is
Yeah.
this a real Smiley? Like,
It's almost like we spoke it into existence without realizing.
Right. So it was pretty dope. I'm glad that came to pass, and yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and it worked, and we got good like an hour and 45 minutes out of her.
2 hours.
2
yo.
hours? Yeah.
Hour and 51 minutes.
That's what's up. yo.
like,
it's exciting.
y'all gonna be here for the tea.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited for y'all to watch it. It's I definitely asked the pressing questions for sure. Like, I don't
Shout
really
out to
back down
Tiana.
from those questions.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm more listen, we're the balance. I want to say that first. But shout out to Tiana for keeping it in check. Like, you know what I mean?
for
Because
sure.
I'm the type to just start talking and then I forget.
And then they go off track and they chatting. I'm like, let's reel it back in. So back to the question I asked. No, you guys are having fun, but let's reel it back in. Yeah, so that was me for the most part, for sure. And
Yeah.
there would be times when, you would let her get away with not answering a question, and I just reel it back in, like, okay, about that question. So it's exciting. I'm excited for y'all to watch it.
We definitely pressed her about the abortion question.
No, the miscarriage.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, look at you fucking up. But yeah, anywho, that is for next week.
Yeah, so
It'll
stay
come
tuned.
out next week. November 12th at 4 p.m., y'all.
Yep. So
All right.
I guess that's our recap.
That's it. We
Yeah.
can't wait for you to formulate your own opinions on the damn interview.
Yeah, let
Oh
us
my
know how we
God.
do.
No, for real. I just want to know what the fuck y'all think.
No, I'm so excited.
What do y'all think about Smiley? What y'all gonna think about us? What do y'all gonna think about everything? Like,
Yeah.
that shit is crazy. I can't wait.
I'm excited. It's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna be a time. A time was had for sure.
Yeah. So with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Randomania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at the Petty Headquarters. Okay, so follow us. You guys can find us on any podcast platform that you're listening to. We do release episodes every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Okay, let's just keep that in mind. And on YouTube, the Petty Headquarters. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's Yo, that's a thing. It's becoming a thing.
ready?
Okay, with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.